Our fellow Americans, we are here to address and put out a statement in regards to the state of WWE. We are going to put 2025 in review, ladies and gentlemen, so y'all know exactly what we came here to do. It is your boy, Mr. Starks, and
Big Dub.
oh, we about to have that uncomfortable talk. We about to have that uncomfortable talk, but I tell you what, it's not uncomfortable on the basis of us being afraid to offend anyone. No. It's not going to be uncomfortable for that reason. It's going to be uncomfortable because there's going to be a lot of truth involved. And typically when the truth enters the room, a lot of people tend to scatter because it challenges their ideologies, it challenges their programming, it challenges their very code down to the DNA. And here we are. So I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to give a disclaimer. If you are a diehard WWE fan, WWE drone, however you identify, whatever it is that floats your boat, this is going to be the stream where either you might want to cover your ears or just click off of it altogether, because we cannot jump on this stream and tell any of you any lies. And by the way, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did actually. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did. Okay. But I wasn't on Epstein Island. Okay. Well, you ain't gonna see me in a picture in no hot tub on Epstein Island. It's not gonna be a thing. All right. So this is a clean office, except for mine's. Mine's is a little, y'all see it. Y'all should. I want to see who picks up on it in the comment section. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, ladies and gentlemen. No, that is not what the jizz of a black man looks like. So if you made that guess, then in which case you are wrong. You are wrong. Okay? All right. Now, guys, we have to start somewhere, and we are going to be giving everything that is right there on the screen: analysis, grades, and a future outlook on WWE. I want to start by saying, and on a serious note, again, there's going to be uncomfortable truths. There's going to be logic. There's going to be cohesion in our opinions and our takes and how we put this together. And we're not coming here to sugarcoat. We're not coming here to fanboy. This is all analysis. This is all honest grades, and it is the future outlook. It is how we saw things presented to us. So if you disagree with our opinions, hey, I say have the balls to drop a comment on what you disagree on, and you know what? We might talk about it on our next stream. But if you're not going to do that and you're just going to, drone out, then in which case, don't even comment, because you're going to waste your own time, because you're not going to get a response. You're just going to get blocked. We come here to have good conversations and good debates based on information and facts presented. If you are not capable of doing that without going to ad hominems or going to something that does not even matter, then in which case, yeah, just don't involve yourself in this conversation. Now, sir, do you want to address the nation before we break down the three things that we will be getting into on this stream?
I'm excited for this. Let's get into it.
Okay, we got three things that we are going to be covering, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be covering the business aspect. That is something that you WWE fans tend to love and praise and use in arguments about entertainment value of a product. And speaking of entertainment value of a product, we will also be talking about the weekly television shows. We will also be talking about the pay-per-views, because I would rather jump out of this window directly to the right of me than to call it a damn plea. Yeah. Now it's just a personal preference.
Yeah.
That right there is just a personal
especially
preference.
when you're spending what? Well, at the beginning of the year was what? $5.99. Now you're up to $30 a month.
You know what?
Yikes.
That's a good starting point, but I want to slow down and actually let's go to the beginning of 2025. That's a good starting point though, but we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, we're going to go through all 3 points at random times, and we're going to state what we're referring to at that specific moment. Let's start with the business side, because this business side actually encompasses the weekly television product. So these 2 things are all encompassing. Guys, to kick off this year, it was announced in 2024 that WWE would be moving Monday Night Raw to Netflix, and it would start at the beginning of the year in January of 2025. Now, What I need Warner to do, because we're gonna go to the facts. We need to get the number of the first
Mhm.
Netflix show on. I'm sorry, not Netflix show. The first Monday Night Raw on Netflix. We need to get those numbers because that is going to be important for later. I'm gonna stay on this point. Trust me, I'm gonna bring this back around. I'm gonna bring it around town like SpongeBob. I'm gonna bring it back around. Don't worry. But you know what? While Werner's pulling that number up, let's get into the weekly product aspect of it. Let's get into the weekly product aspect of it. So in 2025, Monday Night Raw maintained status quo. That's something that I told you guys, funny enough, on the last stream, our WWE TNA partnership stream, that
Mhm.
you're going to hear us say a lot on these quick hit videos. You're going to see us say it a lot. Now, this one might be a little bit longer than a quick hit. This might be a delayed hit, but it's still not going to be super long. And y'all sitting down, y'all having a good time, y'all enjoying this, so shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
Y'all getting free entertainment. Shut up. They had to come out strong. And the average WWE fan might argue that they did come out strong on that show. But me and Werner saw through it on the first night of Netflix where they did this little thing called blowing their load too soon. They sincerely went out there and gave you every single thing that they honestly could be giving you every week. But just choose
Yeah.
not to but just choose not to actively, because WWE tends to spite their fans. And we'll get back, trust me. We'll get back to that on the other side of this. Don't worry. But I felt like that was what that first show was a key indicator of. It felt like this was their first and last shot. You know when a fighter gets tired, like if you guys have ever watched boxing or UFC, you notice a fighter is getting tired and you just see him throw that gigantic haymaker and you go, that was his last shot right there. That was all he had left in the tank. He don't got nothing left in the tank after that. That was what
Mhm.
that first episode on Netflix felt like to me. That was WWE's best shot. Now, you might be going, SmackDown exists too. Oh, we'll touch on SmackDown. Don't worry. But I felt like for the WWE product, that was their best shot in 2025. So take a second to think about what I just said. Their best foot forward creatively happened at the very beginning of the year, and it went downhill from there. Observable and objective truth. Even the biggest diehard grifter WWE podcasters and compromised media had to admit that. The creative never bounced back from that first Netflix show. The ratings for Monday Night Raw never bounced back from that Netflix show.
Oh, haven't gotten anywhere near it.
Now, do you have that number, sir?
So the first Raw on Netflix did 5.9 million views,
Domestic or worldwide?
global views.
Okay. Let's stop the presses, because this is something that we gonna hurt some fifis, and I don't care because we're not here to capitulate to your feelings. Okay. WWE fans use metrics such as ratings and attendance and record revenue. Right. I'm gonna try not to be a bit of a dickhead here, but like, this is what you guys use as metrics for success. Not oh, is the product entertaining or not? No. Do you have logical and cohesive storylines? No. No. You guys use ratings, attendance, and revenues. For
Mhm.
example, literally just today, underneath one of our posts on Facebook, guys, we are recording this as of Saturday, and you guys are getting this as of Saturday. So there you have it. But like, let me give everybody a very, very good example of what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me find this in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I try not to slow the show down for stuff like this, but I have to. I have to, because this shows you the mindset of the average WWE fan. So yeah, guys, please just give me a second to find this. Hold on. Let me see. There it is. So in response to Aaron Rift of No DQ, and that's the only clout you're going to get off of us saying your name, by the way, sir, had posted a picture on Twitter and asked Grok to remove who he feels is the worst booker in this photo. And it was a picture of Triple H and Tony Khan. And I think he thought he was going to remove it. You get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, you get it.
And it backfired on him because,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best booker, whatever, however it went. But yeah. And Tony Khan went under that and chose the most polite form of violence possible and thanked Grok and hashtagged the both of his weekly television products, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Because objectively and observably, Tony Khan was the best booker in pro wrestling in 2025. He just was. And we'll talk more about that on the state of AEW 2025 in review stream. Don't worry, y'all going to be getting that. But here's a comment that somebody put under our Facebook post about this. This person said, yet people pay more money to watch WWE. This is the mindset of the average WWE fan, ladies and gentlemen. This is the average, I'm telling you, this is the average mindset of a WWE fan. So, with that being said, and this is why I'm going to close off on this part of it, and then we're going to go back to the business aspect of Netflix and Raw and that relationship. If you guys are measuring if you're entertained or not by how many people view it or how much money it makes, then you can understand in no uncertain terms. Your common sense should be able to kick in and understand what I'm about to say next. Then why did WWE Raw never get anywhere close to that number since getting that number? As a matter of fact, this isn't skipping ahead. This is just a fact. A video of a burning log in a fireplace broke the top 10 over WWE Raw just last week. So again, if that's the measure, and if a product is truly the most entertaining thing out there, by that logic, by that sheer logic, a burning log in a fireplace is more entertaining than WWE Raw. Right? Right? Right?
We could totally, and you know what? You and I could probably make that argument that we would agree with that assessment.
See, Warren, I was trying not to take that route. I was trying because I don't want the message to get lost. I don't want people to go, these guys are just biased. They're just biased.
Yeah.
No, we're throwing it down the middle like fucking Randy Johnson. I don't know what you want from us. We're gonna throw it down the middle. But the problem is, if WWE was Randy Johnson, they'd be the Randy Johnson that threw a pitch and hit a bird. Let's be real. Let's have the uncomfortable conversation. Now let's go back to the business side, and then Warren, I'm gonna let you cook on the Raw and Netflix relationship on your own devices. I'm gonna let you get in your own words. There's no way around this, and this is being reported, by the way. Netflix knows they fucked up. Me and Werner said when this was announced, this partnership was announced, and this collaboration was announced with Raw and Netflix and all that, we said they don't make it the life of the 10-year deal. How many billions did they get paid again? Five,
yeah. And that's for the first 10 years, and then it doubles between year 10 and 20.
Okay. So, with that being said, if year one Netflix knows they made a mistake and they're likely going to exercise that out in year 5, does that scream residual success from a business standpoint?
No.
Now,
not at all.
Now I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna flip back to the just the weekly entertainment value aspect of it. I'm gonna flip right back to that. Watch this. If the product by which you measure it is so entertaining, why does the company that is hosting it want nothing to do with it? already, not even 2 years in.
Yeah.
Now, some people might say that's speculation nation. Okay, cool. If you want to argue that and you want to say it's speculation nation, I'll grant it to you. But if you actually think Netflix is getting their money's worth from a business standpoint out of WWE's existence on their platform, I need to find your crack dealer. And we need to have a discussion because I want that level of crack that makes me that delusional about real things. Oh, and to close this all out, on my side, to close it all out, Raw creatively, and we're gonna spend more time talking about this. We're gonna handle this with even more care because we're gonna go across the product and key moments that happened in the WWE product throughout the year. So trust me, we're gonna break that down like a fraction. But if I am giving my grade from a business standpoint to also an entertainment value standpoint of Monday Night Raw and the Netflix relationship, I am giving it an F. Repetitive, formulaic, lifeless product that is being booked in order to pop the reactors and in order to pop social media and in order to create this illusion that they are somehow as mainstream as they were in the Attitude Era. And the funny part is, I'm actually going to skip ahead. Y'all watch this. I'm going to literally copy and paste that same grade and that same analysis over to SmackDown. But I actually have some additional details that I'm going to add to my SmackDown grade. So hold tight for that one. Werner, cook on Raw and cook on Netflix. Go ahead, sir.
You know, when this all started, we didn't know what it was going to look like at all. I mean, we had our theories. We all knew, like, you and I thought this was going to be bad. We didn't know how bad it was going to be. But when that first episode hit, and it was the Triple H ego massage trip that he needed, we knew this was going to go downhill fast. Creatively.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's but then you have on so-called the business, you have all of these Netflix executives in that same show in a suite or the front row, I forget where.
It was a suite for the debut.
Yeah, yucking it up, having some libations, maybe one too many.
Oh, they definitely
well,
looked
this
sloppy.
is great.
Yeah, no, they looked sloppy.
Yeah.
Allegedly, all first verse, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
And you just seeing it going down, like, before, like, you look at these ratings, and, like, you're losing, I mean, it's dropping hard, and then once you get towards the back end of the year, it's every week you're losing 200,000.
Yeah, it's
200,000 every week.
It's bad.
It's not a diss song, it's a real song.
It's no way around it, guys. Go ahead, Werner. It's no way around it.
This and it doesn't lead to anything. Like, I don't know. Like, yes. So what is it this week as of 1/3/2026? They're doing a partnership with Stranger Things. But after that, like, what is there?
And the crazy
what
thing,
is there for this partnership?
And let me touch on that, Werner. And the crazy thing is, if it's anything that's in the upside down, it's WWE's fucking Raw ratings.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm
creative.
See, y'all, I'm trying not to be a dickhead, but like, it's you have to look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
The desperation that is reeking off of Monday Night Raw and the overall television product, it's bad. They were getting mollywopped by Stranger Things in the top 10 just like the other week. And now they're going, oh, you can't beat them, join them. You know this was, and let's keep it a bean. You know this was a Netflix call. You know this was Netflix going, we got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we tether Stranger Things onto this Raw broadcast, it'll do something. And it's going to do nothing. The desperation to pop a rating for 1 week out of WWE and Triple H, and trust me, we are going to cook on Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
The desperation to pop a rating out of WWE, it's alarming. It's jarring. It makes you want to go, why do I watch this?
Right. And to another point, I really want to bring this up is if WWE is such a valuable hot commodity, right? It's this be all end all, the number one titan in sports entertainment.
Wait. In a category that they only compete against themselves in, by the way.
Right.
I don't really see anything else calling itself sports entertainment.
Daryl, I'm curious, when you watch anything else,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be basketball, you know, I don't know, a weekly television show, a scripted weekly television show that you prefer to watch, anything else,
Mm-hmm.
anything else that's on television.
Mm-hmm.
How many commercials do you see come up for Monday Night Raw on Netflix?
You know what, sir? This is where I'm going to ask you to tell the people. I'm going to ask you to tell them.
You don't see it at all, ever. Period. I'm sure the only time you really ever see it is if you are in the ads of Netflix.
And here was the funny part about it all, ladies and gentlemen. They had to advertise the hell out of that Netflix transition during their USA broadcast.
Yep.
I'm
And that
talking
was
about
WWE doing it.
I'm talking about every other 10 minutes you saw Netflix, you saw the Netflix drop on their product.
We made fun of it every time it popped up.
Yeah, because it was every other 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Guys, desperation. I told y'all, I said to all of our usual viewers, if you're new watching us for the first time, go watch our live reviews. But I've been saying to all of our viewers for the past year that the word going out of 2025 to describe WWE is going to be desperation. Werner, have I not?
No, you've been correct.
I've been saying that is going to be the word to remember. The desperation that is just permeating off of everything that they do at this point, it stinks. It's a smell and an odor that you don't want to pass your nostrils under any circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you are a professional wrestling fan. Yes, I do believe there's a difference between a professional wrestling fan and a sports entertainment fan. Because usually fans of sports entertainment, WWE, are only fans of sports entertainment, WWE. And to the people that are fair walkers, that is a term I have coined. I'm telling you that right now. If you hear it anywhere else, they got it from me. I created it. Okay? Now, for all the new people watching, what is a Fed Walker? A Fed Walker is inspired off of Daywalker from Blade, where it, like Blade is a vampire. He could walk in the sun. He could look just like a normal human being and move around just like anybody else, without any of those same consequences as those traditional vampires. A Fed Walker is a person that goes out of their way to make it seem like they like everything, but they also go out of their way to undermine everything that is not WWE, and they always find a way to insert WWE related takes or wrestlers into any pro wrestling conversation, because deep down inside, the only promotion they actually do care about is what?
WWE.
That is a Fed Walker. They are the worst of the worst. They are like termites. Once they're in, you can't get them out. And somebody may say, yeah, you can't get termites out. Do you know how much damage termites will cause by the time you finally get them out?
Right.
Same thing. See, but the key with Fed Walkers, like termites, like a cancer, is early detection. As long as you can detect them early, and I give people little signals of if you are near Fed Walker. Like, for example, if you're at AEW, New Japan, CMLL event, and you see a person walked in with WWE branded merch, ladies and gentlemen, you have a Fed Walker on your hands.
Or screaming WWE catchphrases.
You have a Fed Walker on your hands. Now, how do you detect them online? I just said it. if you are having a discourse about any promotion that is not named WWE and all of a sudden this person enters the chat and steers the conversation towards WWE related takes, you have encountered a Fed Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And Fed Walkers typically have one term that they utilize that has been widely seen in 2025. It was a little less commonly used in 2024, but it was very widely used in 2025. And this is little saying called, this little phrase called, enjoy all wrestling, or tribalism in wrestling is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The main people that say that are the biggest tribalist that you can find. Okay? And these are the people that WWE weaponizes to control discourse, narratives, and pro wrestling takes. And these people also work in the media. That's something that if you want me to go deeper into that and you want the insight on that, watch our weekly live reviews. We talk about it all the time. I cannot spend too much time on that because we do have to stay on topic. But Werner, to close out the Raw and Netflix relationship, let's get to brass tacks. Oh, by the way, give you a grade. Give you your grade for 2025. Sorry.
It's very hard not to give it an F. Like, I mean, just the overall with the metrics and the creative that we see every week, it is just difficult to move it out of anything other than F. Like, I would love to have this be a C or a B or an A, but there's just no hope for that to happen right now in for 2025 and maybe 2026. We'll see.
Now, guys, here's how we're doing this. And Werner, that is a solid take. You have to present something that would move it outside of an F. So if you disagree with us, present us with something that actually necessitates a grade higher than an F.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring up because that's where, and we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on all of because that's what WWE lives off of. We're gonna touch on all of the moments this year. We're going to touch on them. Don't worry. But from a product standpoint, overall, how can you advance it out of an F? Realistically. Realistically. What did Monday Night Raw provide as a product that would necessitate a grade higher than an F?
In 2025, nothing.
What did Triple H do as a booker that necessitates a grade higher than an F on Monday Night Raw on Netflix?
Nothing. All he did was stroke his ego.
So unless you can present a compelling argument without including metrics that have nothing to do with the actual television production, then in which case, your argument to me, I can't speak for Warner, your argument to me is null and void.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What was the landscape shifting thing that happened on Monday Night Raw on Netflix this year? What was the talked about thing? You got to present me with something. And it has to be backing evidence. It has to be something that substantiates your claim of it being anything higher than an F. Okay? Now, here's how we're going to do this, and I want people to understand this. Now we're going to shift over to SmackDown, and then what we're going to do is we're going to shift over to the pay-per-views, and then we're going to break down the moments. And then we're going to go into the future outlook of this company, and we're going to discuss Triple H at that point, okay? So now let's go to SmackDown on USA. Werner, let's go to SmackDown on USA. Okay, now what I need you to do is pull up the first rating that they got this year, okay? I need you to pull up the first rating they got this year, and I need you to pull up their most recent rating. Now, somebody might say, why aren't you going into all of the data? Why aren't you going into every single rating they got this year? Because this would be a fucking 3-hour stream if we did that.
Then we're not doing that.
We can show you the tail off and the drop off in product interest by doing it the way I'm doing it. See, the Raw one was easy because literally they have not gotten close to that fucking that first Netflix number since. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they lose like a little bit over half of their audience in like a month on Netflix? Something like that. And if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. But I know they lost a large chunk of their audience not even 3 months into the deal. That's real talk. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like me for saying it. It's the truth. But
SmackDown did
go ahead.
1,528,000.
1,520,000 to start the year.
28.
What was their most recent rating?
Their most recent rating was...
Yeah, because this is important.
1.138.
And mind you, that is a bounce back rating from 995,000.
Yep.
That's a bounce back rating. I remember because WWE fans, y'all do not let that company fall. When they fail you, you don't fail them, apparently. Usually when Raw or SmackDown gets a really bad rating, y'all band together, y'all galvanize, and get it back up. Pause if necessary. I'm going to pause that just in case. Hold on, let me pause that, y'all. I'm sorry.
Pause.
Okay. But that's what you guys do. That's your thing. You guys galvanize because you guys know you have the numbers. Whenever there's too much positive stuff going on in the pro wrestling neighborhood, here y'all come to burn the whole neighborhood down. Again, don't have to like what I'm saying. Don't have to like the messenger. You don't have to like me at all. I do not give a shit. I do not care. I don't say things for clicks and I don't say it for money. I'm doing fine. So I can tell the truth without being compromised. I don't belong to none of these compromised media outlets that MJF called out. I don't belong to. Nope. This is all independent, all grassroots. Okay. So that is something that y'all do. Now, when that rating came out for 995, that is the quietest I think I've ever seen the WWE community, the WWE universe, right? That's the quietest I think I've ever seen y'all. You know why? And here's why I think the landscape is shifting, Warner. They're starting to realize they kind of deserved it. Now, will y'all openly admit that on social media? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. Y'all will never admit that this product is bad on social media. That is also something that if you want to see me break that down in detail, watch our weekly reviews. A WWE fan would rather have their brains blown on the sidewalk from a 44 Magnum than to admit that the product stinks. At least the modern WWE fan. The average 2026 WWE fan will not admit this product stinks.
Yep.
But you want to know something that is undeniable? The amount of people that are walking away from it silently. Because there was a time where $9.95, even for a holiday show, was unfathomable for WWE. It was you couldn't even conjure the thought. Well, it got that long sci-fi. That was a pre-tape show, and that was when SmackDown was at the bottom of the barrel on WWE's priority list. Do not compare the two.
Or if it's on FS1 because baseball was on and the World Series is more important than wrestling.
And even if so facto, Werner, and that's a great point. Even if so facto, y'all got an excuse for everything. Whenever any WWE product gets a bad rate, oh, it was Arbor Day. Oh, it was Labor Day. It was my dog's birthday. It was my grandma's quinceañera. Oh my God. It was y'all come up with anything.
So we had so much going on.
So to see the silence for that $9.95, to me, that spoke volumes. Because normally the excuse brigade is out in full force. So it's SmackDown. Let's get into this, and we can actually kind of, funny enough, transition this into 2026 because they just now have gone back to their 3-hour format, which I think is going to tank their ratings even further.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pop a rating for this show that they just did because it's the first show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But that 3-hour format is going to tank their rating even further. So let's go like this, y'all. By show of hands, who actually remembers anything substantial from the SmackDown product this year that made you excited for 2026? Now, this is where this is subjective. This is open to opinion and interpretation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because with Cody helming up SmackDown for the most part, with all of the booking ineptitude and all of these things that have been going on with the SmackDown product in 2025, it begs the question. And when I say begs the question, it begs like Keith Sweat. Has SmackDown lost its priority in WWE's eyes yet again? Now, this isn't me trying to give you WWE people a built-in excuse. No. This is me saying, I think not only is Triple H in over his head creatively, which we know that's the damn truth. I also believe that they have gone to a point with the SmackDown show that they just don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know why? Because of all of the years of ignorant and indefensible things that were defended by their audience. So to wrap this in a bow on my side, the product you're receiving on SmackDown is a result of what you encouraged and what you defended. It has nothing to do with anything else. Now, obviously, me and Werner, this is easy. I can say this real fast. Obviously, we know SmackDown is a bad deal for USA at this point. So from the business side, Raw and SmackDown are a bad deal for both platforms they belong to. We really do not need to go into great detail on that. That's why SmackDown is going back to 3 hours, so USA can make some fucking money back on ad revenue for what they're probably losing in mass. See, Fox caught this. Fox caught this and gave him the fucking can.
And Jerome's threw a fit about it.
Oh, huge. But yeah, no. This is a product, no pun intended, but that's what it is. This is a product of your product, WWE fans. How bad SmackDown is on a weekly basis is on you. All that fake ass discourse and all that lack of accountability y'all were putting on Triple Nose and all that, saying, oh, well, Raw's better than SmackDown. Oh, now SmackDown's better than Raw. Now Raw's better than SmackDown. That's all those years of doing that shit caught up with y'all. Now they feel like they can give you whatever. Now they feel like when it comes to that product on Friday night, they can give you anything. You defended the indefensible. You refused to hold him accountable. You refused to call out the stale booking. You refused to call for a rotation in the main event scene. Point is, it was an outright refusal to hold Triple H to the fire as a booker. That is why you are receiving the SmackDown product you are receiving. So I am giving a final grade on the year for SmackDown in F as well. Go ahead.
I hate to ask this question again, but Daryl, I'm sure you've done drive-bys on USA Network when SmackDown isn't on.
I was shooting at him. I didn't know that. Okay, I did a drive-by.
You know what I mean? Like you drive by, see what's on, that type of thing.
Where's your Mac 10? No, I'm playing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But it begs the same question. Like, what is USA doing to help SmackDown with their ratings? They're not, because they know it's a failed experiment.
Absolutely.
And again, the metrics show the ratings aren't there. They're dipping below
The
again.
interest isn't there.
The interest isn't there.
Mhm.
The creative, oh boy.
Absent. Absent.
Oh boy.
Nowhere to be found. This search result turned back nothing. Jesus.
I mean, and I'll say this again, like, I would love to not give this an F. I would love to, have this be
Yeah.
a C, B, or an A show, for the entire year. But metrically, you just can't do it.
And
You just can't.
to back up your point, Warner, only within that bubble, audience included, only within that bubble do people believe this product is anything better than what it is. Like that's the only place where they believe that this is a A grade, B grade, or even a C grade product.
Like, it's like I see more commercials for, comedians going on tour than WWE weekly television.
You want to know what else that has been infused in both the Raw and SmackDown product that has not been a welcome change? And even WWE fans have complained about it. Trying to force, you said what?
Apathy?
Well, that too, but trying to force celebrities into the integration of your product.
Oh, God.
And failing miserably at it because you can tell the people that are there don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Because all they care about is WWE.
There's a bewildered look on every celebrity's face at every WWE event in 2026. In 2025, at least. They always just look like, look, I was called here. They offered my management team free tickets. And I said I would show up because I got a show that I'm plugging on Netflix. And somebody might say, well, what about the football players? What about WWE is tapped in with Fanatics. Who does Fanatics make jerseys and all that stuff for? Oops. So there's a tie there as well. That you think they can't hit up their connections in the sports industry and be like, hey, can you get this Buffalo Bills player here? Hey, can you get this? Like, you got to wake up and we got into a debate with one of our viewers on one of our live weekly shows that was saying, oh, you think these people that show up to these WWE shows don't show up authentically? I was like, are you smoking? No. When they typically show these shots of celebrities in the crowd, one, you've either never heard of them, or if you have heard of them, you see a Netflix plug right underneath their nameplate. Are you serious? These are bought and paid for appearances. These are coordinated. That was the argument we were making with that viewer. These are coordinated appearances. And I even granted one point. I said, out of all these people, I think the only person that is legitimately a WWE fan, I'm going to add another person to this, legitimately a WWE fan that does show up to these events like because they love them is Tyrese Halliburton and that Deion Dawkins dude with the Bills.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, all these other people they show in the front row of these events, they're not there because they keep up with the fucking product.
Macaulay Culkin when they're in LA.
Yeah, no, shouts out to him. But
yeah.
I do believe put me in this category. This is just my own opinion. I'm not trying to interject my opinion as a fact. I do think if you took Macaulay Culkin to an AEW show, sat in front row, he would never go back to another WWE event.
I completely agree.
If Tony Khan was willing to pay for a seat, because that's going to cost, pay for a seat in the front row and for him and Brenda Song and say, guys, Revolution, March 15th, you guys got these seats right here. Just watch the show. You don't got to react. You don't got to do nothing. Just when you're done, come back here and tell me what you thought of the show. You don't got to go on social media. You don't got to do none of that. You don't got to be all performative about it. Just, I'm not going to deck you in AEW merch in order to make it look legit. Just come sit front row at my show and tell me what you think. That would be a power play. But we're not doing state of AEW right now. We're doing state of WWE. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Werner, that was a solid point, man. That was a solid point, dude. Like,
And I want to jump on this celebrity front thing real quick.
go ahead.
Don't you find it odd that they have celebrities pop up out of nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
Like they could be. I think this was like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. They were in Omaha and they had celebrities there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, Omaha?
It's
Of all
coordinated.
places?
It's coordinated.
Omaha.
Peyton Manning would be proud.
Yes, he would.
It
But like you're forcing it down the throats of people that don't care.
even your own diehard fan base don't like it.
Right. And I'm sure as we say about everything else, anytime Michael Cole talks about anything other than WWE,
It's awkward
a
as
piece
hell.
of his soul dies.
Dog, it is the most awkward thing you could hear.
Yes.
When Michael Chode, oh God, I gotta remember, I'm not being a dickhead. When Michael Cole is talking about any sport or any topic outside of WWE, you can feel the discomfort in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
WWE is that man's life. He's that guy. Here's a guy.
He is a guy.
And I've said this on our weekly reviews before over the years, not even just last year. I've said this over the years. He's that guy in the office that he is not really great at anything, but he's a teacher's pet to the boss. And he's thinking to himself, all I got to do is outlast all these people that are better than me, that are going to go on to better things or retire. All I got to do is just survive them, and I'll have all the power someday.
Yep.
That's Michael Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot, in all sincerity, you cannot tell me that you actually believe Michael Cole is the best commentator in pro wrestling or even sports entertainment. I would rank Corey Graves' douchebag ass over Michael Chode.
Yeah, that first time they let him be the play-by-play guy, he was actually good.
So you can't sell it to me. I'm sorry, you cannot sell it to me. You cannot sell it to me. Now, Werner, because we are at 47 minutes, you know what? I'm sure I'm not in no rush. You know, we got the time, but I just want to make sure that we are keeping this very compact, that we are hitting every point that we need to hit. No, we are not going off of notes. No, we are not scripted. No, we don't have to hide our faces from the cameras because we don't actually know what to say if we can't look at this information at the same time. No, we're actually talented at what we do. Okay? And our memories work. Okay? Our microphones are on. Huh? All of our truth seekers know this. we don't have to explain this to them. I'm talking to our new viewers that might be seeing us for the first time going, wow, these guys actually know their shit. Yeah. You know why? Because we look at it through an analytical lens and not like fanboys. See that? So, Werner, close out with your grade. Did you give your grade? Oh, you gave it an F, right?
Yeah, I gave it an F. I want, again, wish I could move it outwards, but I don't see it moving in 2026. I would be shocked. But, you know, crazier things have happened.
Upward motion and WWE do not go in the same sentence right now.
No, they don't.
I was trying to save that for later, but I could still get to that point. But, like, I would not put those two things in the same sentence right now. Now, the trajectory in the business metrics, okay, cool. You want to make that argument? Cool. But what we're talking about, yet again, Werner, let's make sure we get this across to our viewers. We're talking about the actual product that is being produced on television. We're going to talk about the business stuff later. We will. But, homie, the product itself is an F at best. If there was a grade lower than an F, we would give it.
Yep.
It's not entertaining. It does not retain its value. It's a terrible product that is being helmed up by terrible creative and a dude whose ego is larger than fucking Russia and United States landmass combined.
That's the truth.
That's just that like Werner just said, that's just the truth. Which tells you that it's not going to get any better. because this product is almost being booked like, oh, it's no longer you're not going to be bigger than the WWE. Now it's being booked like you're not going to be bigger than Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck being bigger than the WWE. It's being booked like you will never be better than Triple H.
God forbid if that ever happened.
Now, some people might say, why are we not covering NXT? That is okay, you want our analysis on that? We say this on the weekly shows all the time. That is the worst professional wrestling product on television right now.
Yep.
I think that covers it all. I think that covers it all. It's like Clueless, watching a shitty version of Clueless mixed with Degrassi, mixed with a fucking Cinemax softcore flick, mixed with goddamn a little bit of pro wrestling whenever they feel like it. Shawn Michaels recruits his female talent off the Instagram Explore page. The men's division in NXT is hot garbage. There's my analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give some NXT analysis? Because I know somebody's going to say, you missed NXT.
I watched it one time this year. And I was texting you the entire time. This is the worst show I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how that show gets viewership with the in-ring product the way it is and the way that it is present. Like, Shawn Michaels is showing that he is Michael Jordan. Great in the ring, phenomenal in-ring competitor.
But as an executive,
yikes. I just, ugh. If I could give that a Z, I would. And that's not me being an asshole. That's just me being honest.
A Z is wild. No, a Z is fucking wild. That's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oh shit, I turned it up.
Wait, let me phrase. Z is Z minus, because that's what this is. It is a Z minus. But unfortunately, it is a developmental area, so you have to give it an I for incomplete.
Yeah, bro. We're putting it lightly.
Oh.
See, I watched it way more than Werner did. Like, Werner got whiff of one show. Guys, I got told, because I keep my ear to the streets, and sometimes that is to my detriment. I had so many people tell me, you got to watch NXT. You got to look out for this person. You got to watch NXT. You got to look out for that person. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll watch it to see what they own. Oh, yeah, they got a big match tonight, man. You should watch it. And I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And every time I did, I proceeded to see the worst produced pro wrestling television product I think I've ever laid eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. You want to know what NXT is in 2025? It is fat material for middle-aged white dudes.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's all it is. And don't even get me started on that. Oh, boy, I could cook. Don't even get me started on the people that sit in the building. Have y'all seen that NXT crowd? Do I even really need to go into it? Y'all didn't seen the clips. Y'all didn't seen the chants. Y'all didn't seen I really don't need to go. I don't think I do. I'm going to change my light, y'all. I'm starting to look like the person that is currently in office. There we go.
Everybody knows it.
There we go. I have a natural skin tone. I don't want to start looking orange. Orange, if you shall. I was looking a little too orange. I had to go ahead and switch it up. It was looking good early, and then the sun went down, and it was just like, you are now orange. All right. That's okay. That's okay. I fixed it, though. I'm still looking good. The skin is great, All right, Warner, it is time to get into the pay-per-view model, and we actually have to talk about this a little more in depth because there's more to it than just analyzing the product. And we have to talk, after that, we're going to talk about moments, marquee moments that happened this year and what the impact was, and so on and so forth, and how championships were treated, how challengers were treated. We're going to talk about all that, and then we're going to close out with a future perspective and maybe do a little bit of cooking on Triple H, and we're going to get out of here. So, the pay-per-views, and I know there's somebody going to be correcting me in the comments going, you mean please? You mean PLEs, man?
You're still paying for them.
You
Still
look like
pay-per-view.
you look like a fucking idiot saying pay-per-view when they're called please. In the most professional way I can say this. Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you're still fucking paying for it. Doesn't matter if it's $5,
No,
$5.99,
no,
$11.99,
no.
or $30.99.
No, it's different because it's behind a subscription model.
Still paying for it, aren't you?
WWE has been trying to coin phrases that just don't stick for the longest time. And the fact that the WWE audience allowed something as stupid as premium live event to stick tells you the state of that fan base.
That was Stephanie's last crusade.
Y'all let plea stick. That is one of the main reasons why I will never get into lengthy debates with you motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Plea stuck. Plea. You're saying it wrong. It's just PLE. That sounds just as dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds just as dumb. All right.
Should I spell out gas when I'm going to get gas?
It's GAS.
Yeah.
It's not gas. Give me a fucking knife. But let's talk about it.
I dare anyone in the comment section to go to their local gas station.
Can I get
and spell out gas?
Can I get some GAS on pump 10? You will be shot. You will be shot.
You're definitely going to get a weird look.
Okay. Let's get back on task. All right. So we could go across all three on this bad boy. This is one where we can, because the pay-per-views tie into the weekly product and it ties into the business aspect as well. So this is going to cover all three bases. From a business standpoint, the big thing was the ESPN thing. Everybody was like, oh, that's going to be so cool. That's going to be such a welcome change. Oh, my God. It's going to be so great, and I can't wait for it to launch in 2026.
Yep.
What ended up happening?
They added an extra pay-per-view so they could start it early in September.
To counter program who?
You know, there's this company out there. It starts with an A, I think.
I don't know, bro.
I think there's an E in there and maybe a W.
What's their owner's name? Shao Kahn? Shao?
Yeah, something like that. Not to be confused with Quan Chi, but
no. Or Shang Tsung.
Right.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I wonder who that is. I don't know, Werner. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out on our next stream. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in an effort to counter program that company we can't seem to remember the name of right now.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, they gave you an obscure ECW entity pay-per-view name as a pay-per-view titled WrestlePalooza.
Mm-hmm.
That was the kickoff of WWE and ESPN Super Bowl. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Ever since they have been running their pay-per-views behind ESPN, the follow-up to their pay-per-views on their weekly television programming has some way somehow gotten worse. Didn't even think it was possible. Didn't even think, because that is something Triple H has been working very hard to achieve in 2025. How can I make this worse on a week-to-week basis? It seems like instead of trying to cultivate a better product, he has been trying to find innovative ways on how to make the product worse every week. But go ahead, Warren. I'm sorry, you was going to say something. Let's go.
No, and this is the perfect point, because synergistically, I know I'm using big words.
Ooh.
I know.
Coochie.
I'm using my big voice. Business
look at
words.
That. Look at Mr. Moneybags over here. You gonna pull out a fucking monocle next? You have a jar of whiskey in your crib and a glass of fucking things that you don't even drink? I'm telling you, wealthy people got fucking crystal glasses in their house that they of liquor that they don't even drink. They don't even open that shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyways, this whole ESPN partnership synergistically has screwed SmackDown and Raw, because again, it's on a different platform, a completely different platform than USA and SmackDown or Netflix, because they're like, oh hey, go watch it on this real quick, and you can go do that. Nope, I got to go all the way over to ESPN, spend $30, and then maybe I can see it.
To your point on synergy, it also bastardized the format.
Right.
It bastardized the format, because now your fans have to follow your product through so many different platforms and so many different means. So now it doesn't feel, well, like you said, it doesn't feel like it has any synergy. It feels like it's very fragmented. See, Warren, you're not the only one that can pull words out, by the way. It feels.
I know.
No. I'm messing with you. Calm down. Don't show that white fragility right now. All right, but fucking, but yeah, it definitely took the entire synergy and it shat on it. But you know who this actually ended up benefiting more than anyone? Triple H, because his booking was already fragmented in nature, and now guess what? This gives him an excuse to book in fragments. See that? It gives him an excuse. Oh, I can't follow that up immediately. You know why? Because that happened behind ESPN. You know, and you do know Raw happens on Netflix. It gave Go ahead.
No, real quick. Going back to this whole fragmented thing. This is WWE trying to be the NFL.
Yeah.
This is them going, oh, well, they got to watch games on 5 different streaming platforms. just you wait till WWE does it. We're going to have 16 different shows on 95 different platforms.
Which leads me to this. Boy, it's like we spitting bars back and forth. It leads me to this. When inevitably WWE is forced to bring it back to the center again, bring everything with their product back to the center again, and actually have a base of where their product is, you know, in perfect synergy, are they even going to have the fucking viewers to pull it off?
No.
Because I think by the time we get to that point, that's probably 6-7 years from now. Where people are going to turn their back on WWE and be like, man, we good on your product, man. We've seen it. Like, we've seen what you guys do. Like, and they're going to need one partner to take on Raw, SmackDown, and their pay-per-views. By then, are they going to have the audience? Are they going to have the product interest? Are they going to have the synergy? Are they going to have, I'm going to take the S off that motherfucker, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the SY and then put an E on that motherfucker. Are they going to have the energy? Is there going to be any energy for the product? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the WWE fatigue is very real. It's very real. Unless you are just an avid, die-hard WWE fan that thinks that they can do no wrong, The WWE fatigue is very real, which goes back to what we were talking about with Raw and SmackDown. It's starting to show in the metrics that WWE fans tout for the product actually being considered entertaining. Now, this is going to fall underneath it. And Werner, you know what? This is going to help us transition this topic really well. But before I go into this, let's go into grades. And don't worry, I know people are like, why aren't y'all talking about things that happen within the product? We're getting there. I've said it 3 times so far. We're getting there. Let us cook. We will get there. Trust me, we're going to talk about things that happen within the confines of the product. My final grade for WWE pay-per-views in 2025 is, you guessed it, an F.
Mm-hmm.
From an entertainment value perspective, to how they follow it up on weekly shows, to the absolutely fragmented, scatterbrained nature of the shows, to the counter programming. I had to let that one breathe. To the damn counter programming.
Mm-hmm.
From everything that they decided to do from a business standpoint and entertainment value standpoint, even down to how they treated their own audience when it came to WrestlePalooza. Because that was just one gigantic intelligence insulting ass show. Okay? I have to, again, just like Werner said, I would love to give it something higher than an F. I would love to. But what did they give you? And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what they gave you. Oh, trust me. We're going to talk about what they gave you in 2025 on Raw, SmackDown, and on the pay-per-views. But within our current format of what we're talking about right now, I'm giving it an F just from each standpoint that I broke down and Werner broke down. Go ahead.
I'm with you. You know, again, everything that we bring up, it's just how you look back at this product, you look back at the entire year as a whole. What whether it be, you know, flipping streaming services and getting more people and trying to get people to watch. I don't know how you get new people now. I really don't. And with what we're about to get into, it's an F all around.
And with respect to both of our takes and the credibility that we have worked hard to build by giving truthful analysis, if you disagree with our grade and assessment on WWE pay-per-views in 2025, not only do I want a logical discourse and a logical argument and counterpoints that make sense, that don't involve, again, metrics that have nothing to do with the entertainment value of the product, I also want you to point out to me, if you are an ESPN Plus subscriber. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops.
You know what? Let's add on to that. Let's add Netflix to that too.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is. We have DMs that work. Send it to us in our Twitter DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Our Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, whichever one.
Mm-hmm.
Show us proof of your subscription. If we're so wrong, show us proof of your subscription. And show us how long you've been subscribed. That is the only counter argument that will even remotely come close to removing the validity of what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Werner, we have the unfortunate pleasure, a very, very unfortunate pleasure of actually getting into highlights, or as I would say when it came to WWE in 2025, lowlights
Yep.
of the product throughout the year. What do these things mean? And Then we're going to get into future outlook for the product. And then we getting out of here. Here's what I'm about to say. I'm a preface. I'm going to actually give this a pregame thought. Ladies and gentlemen, Triple H has gotten away with the worst professional wrestling booking we've seen. And he's defended for it. Protected and shielded from any criticism. And if you dare challenge the logic, the purpose, the reason, the anything behind why WWE does what they do creatively, you will be attacked by an army of people so large that you will want to delete your social media account. And what is this army I'm speaking of? WWE fans.
Yep.
And here's the thing. I say other promotions don't have a support problem. They have a problem of not having an army. WWE has an army of people, media included, that go out of their way to make sure this product is shielded from any and all criticism. So before you get angry with any of our takes that we're about to have on things that happen within the product, I want you to remember that I just probably described you just now. You feel kind of small, don't you? You were probably getting ready to type something real crazy, weren't you? And then you heard me say that and you like, damn, he's describing me. If you are not willing to hear logical criticism, common sense takes on the WWE product, here's where you click off. If you are a believer in everything WWE do good, everything everyone else does bad, now is your time to click off the stream. If you even think Triple H is a good booker, now is your time to click off the stream. And the last warning I'm going to give for any of the WWE universe to click off the stream right now is, if you just can't handle the fact that WWE is not compelling television anymore, and it was the product you grew up on, and you just can't take the fact that someone's criticizing the product you grew up on, click off of the stream. Now that we got that out the way. What big creative moments would WWE kick this year off of with? Better yet, you know what? Let's start like this, Werner. Who were the world champions? Who were the champions in general going into January 1st, 2025 in WWE?
That would be one Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline is in his soul, by the way.
That's right.
Something.
Cody Rhodes. And then Gunther was the world heavyweight champion.
I'm laughing because I know what's coming next. Oh, shit. Keep going.
Those are the only champions I remember.
Oh, buddy. Pull them up, man. Just look up WWE champions at the time of January 1st, 2025. I'm sure Google will return it for you, sir. Let's not get to this point of the stream and get lazy. Oh, my God. Oh, man. I'm laughing because y'all know what comes next with Gunther. Y'all know this is a year in review. Y'all know what comes next with fucking Gunther. But we still gonna talk about it. Now, we're not gonna go week by week of highlights that happened or anything like that. We just gonna break this down like a fraction. This is gonna be real quick. Because we
All right, so we got
go ahead.
Gunther. Liv Morgan.
Watch me.
For the women's world champion. Braun Breaker was the IC champion.
Yes, the LeBron Breaker.
Yes. Tag team champions were the War Raiders to start off the year.
Yet. Mm-hmm.
For SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
we have Cody Rhodes. For the women's, we have Nia Jax.
Women.
The United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
United States women's champion, Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm.
Tag team champions, DIY.
Mm. 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 Is that it, sir?
That is, unless you want me to get into NXT.
I do not. Hell no. Hell no. Hell the fuck no. Werner, I cannot believe I am struggling to find an entry point, pause if necessary, because I had one before the show. But when you just told me the champions going into this year, my brain just started just exploding with so many different PTSD memories of this product that it would almost be impossible for me to actually remember every single terrible event of this year. So here's something I'm going to do. I'm going to do like an artist would do that's promoting an album. I'm going to put out snippets. And I'm going to tell y'all all of the things that I personally felt were just the most absolutely abhorrent, god-awful moments of this year and where creative failed. And then what I need everybody watching this to start doing, start watching our back catalog and then start watching our weekly live reviews. If you need a starting point, watch our pay-per-view reviews.
Yeah.
Just start there. Start there because pain. Like when Warner just ran through those champions to start off 2025, it just brought back memories. Like I heard bullets firing past my ears. Like it was PTSD. So yeah, Warner, let's do it like that. Not even just for the sake of time, just for the sake of my own sanity. Okay? So I'm going to go in the most particular order I possibly can.
Okay.
Within reason. I'm going to say names too, and I'm going to break down why it was that bad. Cody Rhodes. The disingenuous, pompous, corporate prick that has been forced and shoved down people's throats because all of the audience loves to go, wow, and say things like, finish the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Roman Reigns is a slick motherfucker, and I'm going to tell you why real quick. This is funny. So Roman Reigns was the one that thought that it should be delayed gratification on Cody winning the belt at that WrestleMania in Hollywood. By the way, I was there, knowing that the company had him versus The Rock scheduled for that next year's WrestleMania. Translation, he didn't want to see that fucking disingenuous prick of a damn Nepo baby with that belt. Now you might be saying, well, irony. Isn't he a Nepo baby? Yes, absolutely. But I'll tell you something right now. If you ask me what is more bearable than the other, this is not saying that either one of these things are good. This is just me saying, if you're asking me which one is more bearable, give me Roman.
Yeah.
Chody is legitimately unbearable to watch. His audience and the people who support him are unbearable to see have takes on social media. That's where I stand on that. And this entire year for him has been nothing but last year has been nothing but these Triple H living vicariously through him moments where you could tell the crowd is only cheering him because he has been marketed as the hero. He has now officially became Homelander. Like, I remember when that was just like a little jokey joke people used to say about Chody. No, that's him now. He is Homelander. WWE is Vault, and Chody is Homelander. That's what he's booked like. That's what he's presented like. That's what he carries himself like. And between me and you, that's what I think Triple H likes about him. Honestly. But Werner, the first pay-per-view of 2025 was what, my good sir?
That would be the Royal Rumble.
I was also in the building for that in Indianapolis. I was treated very poorly by their team over there that handles the media credentials, and I was not happy about that. But this has nothing to do with my take. I just wanted y'all to know that that's what I remember that weekend as a result of. And the funny part about that is I did the event. I could care less. All I have to say is it's just me, Oos. Day one is just me, Oos. Day one is just me, Oos. Feed me Coke, it's just me, Oos. Because that would be the start of Jey Uso becoming main event Jey Uso in 2025. Again, state of the WWE fan base. I said this at the time. The state of the WWE fan base is so bad that they let a dude whose catchphrase is yeet, something that a phrase that has not been popular since 2016 when it first came out. Y'all let the yeet man get over. And not to just stop there. Triple H didn't even know who he had winning the Men's Royal Rumble until less than 24 hours out, and he landed on Jey Uso. Werner, I'm starting to get that sneaking feeling we would be here forever trying to break down everything that went wrong with this year. So I'm gonna speed this up within reason.
Okay.
And let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Because I agree with my own take. Watch our weekly reviews if you want to know what we think of this product. Watch our pay-per-view reviews if you want to know what we thought in real time. I keep saying this year. Last year led to one of the most terrible, possibly a top 3 ever worst main eventers of all time in Jey Uso.
Yep.
The Women's Royal Rumble was booked like they booked it 10 minutes before they were supposed to go out there. That spot where they were on the apron, and I think it was Nia Jax eliminated like 8 women, was god-awful. Werner loves to bring up that damn match, that tag team match.
The fact that it was 14 minutes for a 2 out of 3 falls is fucking ridiculous.
And that was where Kevin Owens fucked his neck, if you all remember.
Yep.
But where's the take on that, Willie Regal?
Oh, we don't talk about that because it's WWE.
And then, hold on, stop. Free agency. Stephanie Vicaire, Motor City Super Soakers. Raise your fist. Pow, pow. From top to bottom, this year failed in ways, I keep saying this year. Last year failed in ways you couldn't even imagine. Do we need to go into the final boss thing? I think the only thing that I actually want to talk about, do we need to go to Travis Scott? I think the only thing I even want to talk about in detail, because you WWE fans thought that, this was going to send WWE into the stratosphere. And speaking of which, Trish Stratus came back and left with a damn whimper because the crowd didn't give a fuck about her.
in her hometown.
You see, I could see, guys, this is how I do it on the weekly shows. All you new people watching this, I just get it out. You know why? Because it's just that simple. Nothing in the summer was even worth noting.
No.
That nothing of note happened in the summer. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
They had a Saudi Arabia pay-per-view in France. No, where were they? Where did they?
Australia.
Australia. They had a Saudi show in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And the best production WWE had on the year, including WrestleMania, by the way, was for a throwaway pay-per-view in damn Paris.
Yep.
And speaking of throwaways, almost every pay-per-view this year, fuck me sideways. Let me stop talking like I'm not who I am. Every pay-per-view this year felt like a damn throwaway. So we talked about the model and the format of the pay-per-views, but also Triple H went out of his way to devalue what pay-per-views even mean, not only because of the sheer amount of them you get out of WWE, not just that, no, but because what happens on these pay-per-views, you could probably run the same card at a house show and it would be the same results.
Yep.
And let's not stop there. Want to devalue the pay-per-view some more? Guess what, y'all? If you want to go to WrestleMania next year, you're going to have to travel to good old Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
In the press conference, everybody looked like they were being held hostage, and it was people on the other sides of the camera with fucking AR-15s that would have shot them if they frowned.
Yep.
But the only thing I want to talk about in detail is that Cena heel run, and here's why. Y'all swore up and down that was going to be the turning point for Triple H and his creative. That was going to be the turning point for the WWE product. That was about as turning point as fucking Charlie Kirk in Utah. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I went there. Y'all got spun the block on how many times this year? And here's the crazy part about it. They spun the block. Triple H and company spun the block on y'all, smacked you, smacked your mama, smacked your grandmama, smacked your kids, then spun the block again, peed on you, peed on your mama, peed on your grandma, peed on your kids, then spun the block, shat on you, shat on your mama, shat on your grandmama, shat on your kids, then spun the block, hit you, your mama, your grandmama, your kids with a flamethrower. Then when you just recover from the 3rd-degree burns, he spun the block again with a bucket of fucking alcohol and threw it on y'all. You, your mama, your grandmama, your kids. And y'all said, more. John Cena, first of all, I'm not going to interject my fanboyism into this. John Cena went out, in my opinion, in a way that karma warranted. All of the people he buried over the years when he had all of that pulling power backstage with Vince because he was the chosen one. All of those people that he stole their overness and ran out there during their promos and tried to steal some of their overness. All of those bodies that were underneath him. All of those things that were sacrificed so idiot fans like you WWE fans call him the GOAT. All of that stuff that was sacrificed just for him to go out in a whimper and to do the one thing that character, that same character that had a pile of bodies under him that would make Genghis fucking Khan jealous, the motherfucker smirks like he just shat in his diaper and taps out. Mr. Never Give Up. To me, that's the way he deserved to go out.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Alex Riley sitting at home, I feel vindicated. If Bray Wyatt was still with us, God rest his soul, I would have been sitting at the crib or been backstage feeling vindicated. We know CM Punk's a hypocrite ass kisser now. But if CM Punk was still the CM Punk we know and love, I would have been standing backstage at Gorilla feeling vindicated. I could keep the names can keep going. He has a list a mile long. But that's just my take on it. But if I have to be objective and down the middle, this was Triple H getting the last laugh. This was Triple H going, hey man, I want you to know, for all of those years in that decade plus that Vince McMahon loved you, I need you to remember something. I still ended up with the boss's daughter, and I still run this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I can bury you. I can build you. I can make you look like an idiot. And he chose every single one of those options. If the question was, how much do you want to fuck over John Cena? From 1 to 100. Triple H said, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's that. There's no numbers with him. It's just yes.
Yes. How on a scale of 1 to 100, how much worse can you make this product? Yes.
Yes.
Jey Uso tapped out Gunther. Travis Scott interfered with a main event of WrestleMania. CM Punk is crying backstage because he main evented a night one of, buy one, get one free special of WrestleMania, as he said. If I'm not mistaken, that was his words.
Yeah.
You got WWE not only peeling back the curtain, but pulling it off of the rings that is hung on and then burning the curtain by launching that Unreal show. Now, to the people that are going to go, oh, kayfabe's been dead for a long time. No. Ladies and gentlemen, a tree could lose all its leaves. Does that mean you immediately just cut the tree down? No, you preserve it in hopes that the leaves will grow back in the right season. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is WWE exempt from that? WWE, in this world, you either build or destroy. WWE has gone out of their way. Triple H, as a booker, has gone out of his way to destroy any goodwill that this product has had with people that might have still been hanging on because it's what they grew up with, but they found AEW and they just kind of started, backing away from WWE. He snipped the rope on all of those people.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's to a point of where he's getting down to the gristle of the core audience. And how is that showing? Again, in all of the metrics that you WWE fans tout as the measure of if a product is actually entertaining or not. Which, by the way, this product is not. Objectively, not subjectively, objectively is not. Fumbled the ball on fucking Julia. Fumbled the ball on fucking Motor City Machine Guns. Dude, everybody has been underneath a creative malpractice in 2025, and I expect it to continue into 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H is a fucking fraud of a booker, and all of you that prop him up and defend him and go out of your way to ostracize and demonize anything that is not WWE because it's better, deserve every single bad booking decision you got in 2025, including Jey Uso tapping out Gunther, including Werner, I'm cooking, boy. I'm cooking. Let me slow down. I'm end up cooking too much. Let me slow down because I know you gotta get to the motherfucking stove yourself. Let me slow down. From that botch Cena heel run to all of that stuff, y'all deserved every single piece of it. To all of those meaningless side pay-per-views that were basically glorified house shows, y'all deserved every single piece of it. And if you are a wrestler that signed on the dotted line just because WWE was your dream and I'm willing to take less money and all that old stuff, you deserve it too. WWE does not care about you. Triple H does not care about your entertainment. He told people to fuck off criticizing the product. Go look up that press run he had the week before WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't
It
like
was
you.
god awful.
Werner, I'm trying to tell, he doesn't like you. He does not care about you. Nick Khan does not care about you, especially from a business standpoint. Because if they did care about you, WrestleMania would not be in Saudi. Those poor people in New Orleans that needed that stimulation from in their economy would not have had WrestleMania taken away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the final boss thing, dud. Cena heel run, dud. Julia, dud. Stephanie Vaquer, overpushed. Rhea Ripley, overpushed. Charlotte Flair in a tag team with Alexa Bliss, where hopefully she could get enough babyface steam for when they finally break Alexa Bliss off from her, Charlotte can go right back to that world title scene. Failed NXT call-ups. Forced NXT call-ups, which we literally just saw yesterday on SmackDown.
Yep.
Production is taking a dip. Camera work is taking a dip. Promos have gotten worse. Match quality is awful. The injuries are piling up in the Performance Center. The injuries are piling up on the main roster. Triple H is the worst booker in professional wrestling. And I'm going to say this on this year in review stream. WWE should not be nominated for any rewards in the underneath the realm or auspices of pro wrestling, because you had Michael Cole run out there this year and say, we don't really do the pro wrestling thing. We're a storyline entity.
That's right.
So for all of y'all,
was with Logan Paul.
So for all of y'all that were mad about that SI thing, guess what? That's what y'all wanted. That's what Michael Chode wants. And Logan Paul, that's another one. That's another one. That's another one. Y'all are giving and lending credibility to a YouTuber and are begging for him to become a world champion in y'all promotion. That's the state of WWE right now. They brought AJ Lee back to counter-program AEW at WrestlePalooza. Her creative has been in the fucking dumps.
Yep.
CM Punk sounds like a whiny little bitch in every fucking promo he cuts.
Yep.
The LeBron Breakers momentum has already been fumbled. Already. The Vision, the whole faction with the Vision is a failure. Seth Rollins can't stay healthy to save his life. Am I missing anything, Warner?
No, well, one thing we forgot about the massive news of night one of WrestleMania, where WWE bought AAA.
There it is. And
because
go ahead.
Because that other company wanted to do a team up show in Arena Mexico.
And now they have gone down there and gentrified it so much that AAA is the Starbucks of Lucha Libre.
Yep.
The TNA partnership, if you want to hear us talk about that, go watch our stream on it.
Mm-hmm.
This year has been a resounding failure for WWE. 2026 outlook, more of the same, if not worse. And be on the lookout for the Saudi sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then right before 2025, flipped the calendar over to 2026, we found out that Vince McMahon was still in the weeds up until late 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And that Vince McMahon is still in the shadows, waiting for his moment to take his throne again. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. I expect more of the same. I expect Triple H to continue to be a smug, egotistical douchebag that has to center himself in everything. I expect the booking of this product to continue to get worse. This WrestleMania season, this Rumble and WrestleMania season are going to be the worst ever.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE fans are going to continue to cheer this and defend this and not demand Triple H's seat get hot. At this point, his seat should be in hell. Give your take on all of the events that happened in 2026, Werner, and give your 2020, I'll say 2026, 2025, and give your 2026 outlook, sir. Go ahead.
There's so much bad when it comes to 2025 with WWE, with the kickoff of Netflix and going 3 hours with 4 matches. Cody winning back-to-back Rumbles for no reason. Or no, sorry, my bad. Cody being champion for no reason. The rise and fall of Jey Uso in one calendar year. This place is just lost. It is lost in the sense of I don't know if it'll ever find itself. Creatively, it's lost. It buys things to play keep away when all he wanted to do was play team up.
Let me add to that.
Not, this is my toy now.
Well, let me add to that. Every part of the scene in WWE, from low card, mid card, all the way up to the main event picture, champions are all booked equally bad.
Yes.
I just wanted to add that to your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. It's just, I mean, you look at all of these and like you look at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins won. Why? That should be reserved for a young and upcoming talent. Seth Rollins does not need a Money in the Bank at all. And then fucking, what was it? CM Punk going over to Saudi and going, I love Saudi Arabia. I just said something bad because I was angry. I'm CM Punk and I want you all to love me.
He pulled the I was misinformed card.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God. I forgot about that. Oh my God. I did not think by the end of the stream I would have a headache, but here I am. Like,
And then we have King of the Ring.
Oh.
And Cody wins King of the Ring. Sorry, Cody.
Oh.
Why is Cody even in that tournament? Again, that should be for up-and-comers who are on the precipice of being in the main event scene, not a former world champion. And both of them with Randy Orton. Randy should have never even sniffed that tournament.
It's PTSD for real, dog. Like, just hearing this stuff over again. Like, my God. Yeah, go watch our
street fight with Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Dear Lord. But go watch our pay-per-view streams.
Please.
Honestly.
Please. I cannot relive this stuff. Please. Please. That'll
and then
be
let's talk about the force-fed pay-per-view of Evolution.
Also counter-programming.
Mm-hmm. Also a way to get to ESPN faster.
Mm-hmm.
Which allegedly Peacock was okay with. I don't know how. But all the matches were bad. All of them.
But let me stop you. This was one of WWE's most overrated pay-per-views of this year. Everybody was coming out of that saying it was good. Everybody.
Yes.
And then I went and watched it and I was like, now I know that's all opinion. I do know that's all opinion, but it was a wrong opinion. It wasn't.
Didn't we kind of do a mini watch along of that?
No. Everybody, what was that one match from that card everybody was hyping up? I know somebody will put it in the comment section. It was one match. I know it involved Naomi. Who did she go against on that show? But that whatever.
Bianca Belair was special guest referee for Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
It might not have been that match. Which match was it? Go through that card for me real quick.
All right, we got the women's IC title, Becky versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria.
Wasn't that.
We have the NXT women's title, JC Jane versus Jordan Grace.
Wasn't that.
We have the women's tag team titles, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, defeating Sol Ruca and Zarya, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Mm-hmm.
You had Tiffany Stratton defeat Trish. You
that
had the
fizzled.
Right.
That fucking fizzled. That did nothing for Tiffany or Trish. Go ahead.
You also had the 20 women battle royale where Stephanie Vacour,
Vaquer, damn.
Vaquer won over Last Legend for a title match at Clash in Paris. And then you had Rhea versus Io in the main event, but that didn't matter because Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that was no. So I'm right. That's what everybody was hyping up. They were hyping up that. They were hyping up that. That was the only thing they pulled from that show was the cash in. I remember seeing it all over Twitter. That was all anybody was fucking talking about. They lost their minds over a cash in. You know, because that you deserve it culture in WWE is it's sickening. It's vomit inducing. Everybody works hard. Everybody deserves everything in WWE, according to that fan base. But yeah, no, I ain't mean to slow the whole show down with that. But like, yeah, that was dude. Everybody was dick sucking that whole show, and I'm like, and I went to watch it. And I'm like, the only thing that was even eventful was the cash in.
Right.
The bar is so low for that company, dude.
It really is.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's
SummerSlam was a joke.
Oh my God.
The whole, you know what? The lead up to Cody versus Cena at SummerSlam for the street fight. And John's like, well, I'm not going to be heel anymore because Cody Rhodes challenged me to a street fight.
They just randomly dropped the heel thing. They just randomly, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They just randomly dropped. Like, we thought it was a pump fake. You remember me and you both thought it was a pump fake. We were like, no, they ain't dropping it just like that.
And yet, there they did it.
And you had, I remember, because everybody after the fact was like, that was the right call. That's their way of just admitting the heel run was a failure and finishing out his run the right way. Oops. Did him turning back babyface fix the booking?
Apparently.
No, fuck no.
According to WWE fans.
Yeah, they thought that worked apparently. That fixed everything. Oh, SummerSlam. Oh, and didn't Brock return there too?
Right after Cody left, he attacked John Cena.
Mr. Named 44 times in a sex pest suit. Allegedly, all first verse, allegedly. Gotta say that because people are real litigious these days.
Let's not forget CM Punk defeating Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, only to have Seth Rollins cash in on him.
Dog.
Because again, we needed that again.
That match was awful. Y'all please go watch those reviews. Please go watch those reviews. I think we had, was it Swerve and his lady watching that one live with us too? Well, watching the review.
So.
Yeah, that SummerSlam review, we had Swerve Strickland and his lady in there watching the show, man. That was a good time. That was a damn good time. You know, and that cash in was uneventful. And why would that cash in end up being uneventful, Werner? Let's keep going. Now you got me on a roll.
Because then we have the Clash in Paris. Where you have Seth Rollins defeat CM Punk, LA Knight, Jey Uso.
Something not to be overlooked, Werner, because this is one of your talking points. The rise and deep down Mariana Trench fall of LA Knight.
Yeah, that's true.
You the one that predicted it. I give credit where credit's due. Werner saw LA Knight's booking coming back after SummerSlam in 2024.
Yeah, the Slim Jim thing.
Yeah, because you knew that was the peak.
Yeah, that was the peak.
Goodness gracious almighty. Keep going. We almost to the finish line, man.
Yeah, we got WrestlePalooza, which was a joke.
Don't make me laugh. Because remember, John Cena turning back babyface is going to fix everything with how this retirement run has been going. And he gets fucking squashed by Brock at a show called WrestlePalooza.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were Warner, remember this? Year in review, right? Remember this? You remember how mad they got mad at that Andreas Hale dude for giving that show a fucking C?
Oh, yeah.
When it really deserved an F?
Yes. How dare you give us average? You bastards.
And then you got AJ Lee in that return match in that tag team main event match. That was it a main event or was it Cole?
It was Cole because you gotta have Oh no, you had to have the
I think that was Cole.
quick.
That might have been Cole. We'll see.
Yeah, it was Cole because something Cody Rhodes. And Drew, I'm Drew McIntyre.
Drew
I
McIntyre.
will never stop fighting you.
I'm whiny. I'm a 6'5" Scottish internet troll as a wrestler. Drew, I'm Drew McIntyre. Watch me pee on his bus. I'm Drew McIntyre. I swear to God, if Drew McIntyre loses that fucking 3 stages of hell match, pack him up too.
Seriously, what is there left for him?
AIDS is what's left for him, Warner. AIDS. Because WWE has given him everything the fuck else. But yeah, you had AJ Lee stink it up in that match with fucking Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. That match stunk.
Mm-hmm.
That match fucking stunk. Stank, damn stunk.
The Bronze versus the Usos.
That match was a botch fest, and Jey Uso ended up concussed and split wide the fuck open. Or was that Jimmy? Was it Jey or Jimmy?
I think it was Jimmy.
Was it Jimmy? Yeah, I don't know. But either way, that match was awful.
Thank God we had AEW that day.
Oh, it was beautiful because All Out this isn't a state of AEW show, Warner. You're doing it again.
I'm sorry, but I'm just thankful we didn't have to watch this.
That one is going to be way shorter. Y'all, we approaching 2 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah. That one is going to be way shorter. You know why? Because everything was linear. That one's going to be way shorter. Let's go.
All right, then we have our Crown Jewel event in Australia where we had John Cena versus AJ Styles. One more time.
The way they played that match and the build-up for it, you would have thought AJ Styles and John Cena have been best friends for 30 fucking years, and they wrestled each other for 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think the love for that match is very forced. Because you want to know what I did? Me being the guy that keeps his ear to the streets and does his research, I went back and watched that match. Go back. I dare anybody go back and watch that match. It was awful. It did not age well. It's just WWE living for the hype moments, the aura cinema cuckoo. The match sucked. It was a finisher spam. Mm-hmm. You know where spam comes from? A spig.
Mm-hmm.
It was finisher spam from a finisher spig. It was terrible. Not the best that AJ Styles could do for sure. But everybody was going, my nostalgia. Look, AJ Styles is wearing the color block shorts again. My nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get ready to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Look, Cena's doing all the moves of everyone he's ever faced. He's the greatest wrestler ever. Rah! Or Cinema Cuckoo. Shut up. Shut up, you fucking dorks. You fucking low standard having imbeciles.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all bar is in hell. I had to get that out of my system. Go ahead.
And I'm just going to fast forward to the last of the year. John Cena's last Saturday night's main event.
You can skip it, but I'm not. Survivor Series. I'm not. You can skip it, but I'm not.
Fuck.
You can skip it, but I'm not. Y'all, I was hosting the Survivor Series watch party, karaoke party, Covalent TV branded, of course. TV Time merch branded, of course. And we had a lot of good big guests in there, and it was a good time. But I'm telling y'all right now, this year's Survivor Series, I keep saying this. Last year's Survivor Series was, been watching WWE for 30 years. That was definitely a top 5 worst WWE pay-per-view I've ever seen. It was definitely top 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple pandemic pay-per-views in my top 5 in there somewhere, but that's in there. It's in there. We cannot overstate how bad Survivor Series was. And then also, by the way, on the path to Saturday night's main event, John Cena would eat an L to Dominic Mysterio.
Yes. With help from everybody under the sun.
Now, do you want to get into Saturday night's main event, sir?
All right, here we go. Saturday night's main events. Oh, God. Just seeing this, you got to open the show, Chody Rhodes and Mr. I'm Obafemi. I like to walk like a 40-year-old white man in at a cookout.
At a fucking polka convention. That little bob he does when he walks out is so fucking stupid. Watch our weekly shows, man. Y'all will get more.
Watch our weekly shows.
I'm not even finna get into that.
This was terrible. Awful. Sol Ruka versus Bailey. Who cares? This did nothing for either of them. And then you had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee taking on Bouncy Man and Leon Slater.
Not to be overlooked, Warner. Not to be overlooked. This would be the year of Chody. I want to make sure y'all understand that. He was QB1.
Oh, that's year,
right? He's been QB1.
We had to have the sticker.
Wait.
We had to have the stars.
Yeah, you got the patch on his jacket, all that, right?
Yeah.
Business has gone into the shitter for the most part on WWE's front with him as QB1.
Mm-hmm.
He
has done worse than Shawn Michaels.
Which we're gonna talk about something that goes into future outlook once Warner finishes out his take and his future outlook. I got one more thing and then we're done. Go ahead.
You know what? It's gonna be rinse and repeat for WWE in the future. That's all it is. Rinse and repeat. We're still dealing with Cody and Drew. It's never gonna end. It's gonna keep on moving, just like everything else. The Rumble winners won't matter. Nothing will matter. That's how Hunter has made it, where nothing really matters.
Excellent take. Because anybody with a working brain and pair of eyes can see this.
Right.
But the point I want to get to next, and this involves future outlook. This is not even being remotely talked about. Not being talked about. It's not even out there right now. WWE is running buildings, getting 7,000, 8,000, whoop-de-whoop. And this is not the time for it's here more than AEW. No, we're talking about the state of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Buildings that they were just running last year and getting sellouts to the rafters. But something's not being talked about. Y'all, they're just barely half filling up these buildings now. It's damn near back to 2019 all over again, but the only difference is they have the media more in their pocket than they've ever had them, and they have their audience in their pocket more than they've ever had them. And as a result of that, no one is having a conversation about it. So going into their future outlook when it comes to that, I think you see that become worse, and people are only going to buy tickets for what they consider the hot events. So think pay-per-views. And even that's going to start to take a dip eventually too. So I just wanted to toss that in there. Weren't anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
No, that was perfect.
Guys, that is your State of WWE 2025 in review.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Stream. We came here. We rocked it out for a little bit under 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? We gave y'all everything that we could on this one, and we going to give y'all more on our weekly review, so be sure to tune in. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We going to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Sign off yet again. It is your boy, Mr. Stark. Sign.
Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.